Now we can finally reveal this amazing home in New South Wales.
Brian and Matt, I've got to say, it's such an impressive place to arrive at. I've come down that beautiful driveway of yours. I can see why you've fallen in love with this location, but why did you decide to call this home?
Well, I think we just really like the location. You know, you have beautiful views out across not only the rest of our property, but over the rolling hills, and you've got 2 or 3 layers of different hills in the background. You can't see them so much today because it's a bit rainy, but it's just a beautiful outlook, and it's just quiet and peaceful and tranquil, and there's just beautiful views in every direction.
How big is the allotment of land?
So we have about 104 acres that sort of runs in an L shape from the highway. But yeah, because we wanted to be away from the main road, we sort of built about a 1.3 kilometre driveway to kind of get up here, which, you know, was a mammoth effort of excavation, but I think it was well worth it in the end.
Initially, you're talking about aspect, so we were trying to turn our back on the south, get the view this way, get the light coming into the bedrooms in the morning, warm it up, and then north, bring the sun in. So it was kind of, yeah, based all around view, and the roadway too, we wanted to keep away from the road. We designed a house in country Victoria that was quite popular online. The clients had a look at that, they thought we were the right people for the job, and luckily they came to us. It's the 700 house, and it's a galvanised steel house, so they seem to like the farm look.
He likes to do the sort of modern farmhouse style. And you know, that was a house, he'd won a significant award for it, and so it was getting a bit of attention. And we just really liked elements of his style. And so that's kind of what we drew the inspiration from.
Tell me about the combination of finishes that you've used on the facade.
Yeah, we really liked a sort of a combination of different materials. We liked the metal cladding. We really liked the Hardie Fine Texture Cladding, and it was quite versatile and quite useful in terms of trying to make the house as fire resistant as we can. You know, we're surrounded by trees. We're in an area that's been affected by bushfires in the past. But it also is a great looking product. And then you combine that also with the timber and also the reclaimed bricks.
Yeah. It's a really nice mixture of textures too. You've got that smooth finish, but it's slightly textured. It's like a rendered finish, the cladding, isn't it? They're quite large panels.
Yeah, no, and they're actually still quite lightweight for being such large panels, which I know our builders, Get Smart Constructions from Bermagui, really appreciated, because with the very long driveway going through a creek, at least at one time they had to actually get a tractor from our neighbour to pull them out. Wow. As you know, some of the big steel beams and stuff were coming in. So I think some of the products are a bit more, you know, lightweight. I think was much appreciated by them.
Yeah. Now, when I've turned up, I know there's one really large tree over the side there, which looked like that obviously was an effect that fell. It looked like a big tree. But if I'm right, that had something to do with the location of the house as well.
Yeah, so once we decided we were going to build up in this part of the farm, that was such a huge and magnificent tree. It was really a dominating tree, very old, enormous, and so the house was kind of originally designed. All the corner windows were designed to take in the views of that tree, and so we were going to put up lighting, and it was going to be a real feature. And then sadly, like a lot of really majestic trees on the property, it came down in the fires, and so we got a little crepe myrtle, and hopefully one day in time it will grow into something almost as magnificent.
Outside we've got this great use of texture. We've got the line in the cladding and the beautiful texture in the brickwork, but it's quite dark and edgy. Inside it's the complete opposite. Tell me about what you've done in here.
It pretty much all centred around this blue kitchen. So I think Matt in particular had a pretty clear sense of what he wanted the kitchen to look like as an avid chef wannabe. And so for our interior designer, Amy, I think that kind of was a starting point, and then she was able to sort of pick up that colour and sort of, you know, have touches of around the house, but, you know, the rest of it's quite white.
Now tell us about the actual layout. We've got a hallway going up that way and down there. So tell us about where we are on the floor plan.
We had an idea that we wanted to have 3 different zones, if you like. So we wanted to have, you know, the living zone, a central living zone, and so that's where we are now. And then we've got the sort of our wing of the house, and then we've got a guest wing of the house. So we've kind of got those 2 zones, and then they both come into the central living zone.
Well guys, I've got to say this is a fantastic entertaining space. The size of the deck going that way and that way, you've essentially doubled the floor plan of the house.
It was really important to us to have an outdoor space where we can have our neighbours over, we can have friends up, and just entertain. Like as we said before, you know, it's all about wine and eating, and you know, we've got the fireplace, the barbecue, the pizza oven, so you know, it's what it's about.
Now you've got that nice beautiful cladding that you've got on the outside of your home. It's running all the way around this area, but you talked about the fact that it's such a hard-wearing surface, and it's also great for being fire retardant as well, which you've got behind a pizza oven over there as well, so I bet it's a really important choice.
It's a really useful product, and it just looks good in the space too. It's got that texture. It's not a, you know, smooth finish, so it adds another layer of texture to the sort of overall look of the house.
I can hear cows just mooing off in the distance. You've got so much land here. Do you think you're going to get some of your own and make your own cheese or anything like that? Or is this more of a relaxation house?
Oh, look, you know, when you've got 100 acres of land, there's limited opportunities for relaxation because there's always something to do. But we are certainly planning on getting some cattle of our own. Yeah. And then we've also planted a cider apple orchard, so we've got an orchard down the bottom of the hill there, and we've got a couple of 100 trees at the moment of heritage English and French cider apple varieties.
Great.
And so in years to come, we'll hopefully be sitting on the deck here, cooking some steaks on the barbie from our own cattle and drinking our own cider from the trees just down at the bottom.
Well, it's the perfect cue for Open Homes Australia Revisited. Definitely happy to come back.
We're very happy with the finished product, and it's warm, it's comfortable, and it suits how we want to live.